Today I'm testing LTX 2.3, the open source AI video model from LTX. And I'm reviewing it like a creator, not like a press release. I want to know what it can actually do, where it feels useful, where it still needs work, and where I would use it in a real video workflow. Now that is the test for today. You guys excited? Let's get started. So the main thing to understand is that LTX 2.3 is not just a text-to-video toy. It is a multimodal model, which means it can take different kinds of inputs. You can start with text, an image, an existing video clip, or audio, and generate a video from there. That matters because creators rarely begin from only one place. Sometimes I have a prompt, sometimes I have a still frame, sometimes I already have the footage, sometimes I have music, dialogue, or a voiceover, and I need visuals that match it. Access is also a big part of this review. One path is LTX Desktop, where you run the model locally. Now that requires Windows with an NVIDIA GPU, and 32 gigs of RAM is recommended. But for people who do have the hardware, local access is important because it gives you control, ownership, and a serious production setup. Cloud and API paths make sense if you want to test the model without building a monster PC first, or connect it into a large pipeline. So for my first test, I'm starting with text video, right? So I'm using a cinematic prompt with a clear subject, location, camera move, and mood, right? Now what I'm watching for is not just whether the model creates something pretty. I'm looking for prompt accuracy, motion quality, detail, flicker, and artifacts, right? AI video can look impressive for 1 second, but then it can break when a hand moves, right? A face turns or the camera drifts. So the real question is, can LTX 2.3 hold the shot together? Let's see. So next I'm testing image to video, right? This is one of the most practical features for creators because many of us already build mood boards, right? Thumbnails may be concept frames, product shots, or character references. I want to see whether LTX 2.3 can animate a still image while keeping the original identity of the frame. A good result should feel like the image came alive. A bad result will look like a frozen picture with fake movement, or it will slowly lose the character lighting and composition that made the image useful. Really impressed by the results so far, so let's continue. Now I'm testing audio to video, which might be one of the most interesting parts of LTX 2.3. I'm giving it music and dialogue to see whether the video actually syncs to the sound, right? You know, for YouTubers like me, for editors, musicians, podcasters, and short form creators, this could be a huge workflow feature. Imagine dropping in a voiceover and getting a scene that follows the rhythm. But I'm going to be strict here. If the timing feels random, it's not useful, right? If the video reacts to the audio, then this becomes something creators should watch.
You really think this is the place?
I know it is. The signal came from inside this building 3 times last night.
But nobody has been here for 20 years. The entire facility was abandoned.
That's what everyone believes. Look at the lights. Someone restored power.
Really great results, as you can see. Now the next test is multi-keyframe interpolation. Instead of hoping the model guesses the entire shot, I can give it a first frame and a last frame, then let it generate the motion between them. This is important because control is the biggest problem in AI video. Prompting alone often feels like gambling. Keyframes let me direct the beginning and the ending of the shot, which is closer to how filmmakers think. Very pleased with the results, so after the generation, I'm testing the editing tools, right? LTX 2.3 includes Retake, inpainting, and outpainting. Retake lets me regenerate one part of a clip instead of throwing away the whole result. Inpainting lets me change something inside the frame, and outpainting lets me expand the frame and create more space around the original shot. In real production, the first result is almost never final. You need to fix details, change objects, clean the frames, or fit formats, right? If these tools work well, they save time. If not, you start over. Very good so far. So I'm also testing video-to-video restyling. Here the promise is simple. Same motion, new look. I can take an existing clip and restyle while trying to preserve the structure, the pose, and the movement. Now this is useful for animation tests, music videos, and brand visuals, and as well for experiments where you like the motion but want a different aesthetic. The danger is that the model may change too much, lose the original performance, or introduce artifacts. So I'll compare the original and restyled version side by side. Great results, right? Yes, indeed. Very satisfied so far. So the biggest store is training, right? LTX also supports workflows around LoRA and LTX trainer, so creators can train a model on a character, a style, motion, brand, or workflow and reuse it across projects. Now this matters because one of the biggest frustration with AI video is inconsistency. You already know that. And you get one good character, then the next shot looks like a different person. Training is the answer to that problem. It gives creators a way to build a reusable visual language instead of starting from zero every time. So here's my review criteria. First, output quality. Is it sharp, stable, and usable? Second, control. Can I direct the result, or I'm just rolling dice? Third, workflow. Does it help me make videos faster or better? Fourth, openness. Can serious creators run it, test it, and build on it? Fifth, limitations. What breaks, what needs iteration, and who should avoid it for now? So my early take is that LTX 2.3 is most interesting for creators who want control, not just quick AI clips. The multimodal inputs, audio, sync, keyframes, editing, tools, local option, and training direction all point toward a serious creative workflow. It is not magic, and I would not judge it from polished demo clips alone, right? You have to test it with your own prompts, images, audio, and footage, right? So do give it a try. So yeah, that's my hands-on look at LTX 2.3. And for me, the question is not whether AI video is impressive anymore, right? We tested hundreds of AI tools. The question is whether it gives creators control. If you want a deeper breakdown, I can test audio to video, image to video, retake, LoRA, or local performance next. So do like the video, subscribe of course for more AI creator reviews, and drop a comment with the feature you want me to test next. Thanks for watching, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.